He leads us all the way, playing proper football, the Sheff United way. Ale, 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 ale.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sheff United way. As you can see on my face, I'm absolutely buzzing that tonight the Blades have beaten Middlesbrough 3-1 at Bramall Lane. Oh, we needed that so badly. We needed that so much. Very, very exciting because we actually played well as winning the game. And 2 goals. We've scored 3 goals tonight. We've won by 2 goals and we've played well. What is going on? This is the time when we needed it. A statement win at the back end of the season. That's what we all needed. And you know what? The reason why all that happened is because Wilder went back to basics, back to the team that got us into this position. Yes, quite a few of them have been injured. Jezrak Sake, Vinny Souza, these sorts of players that have come back into the team. He's then sort of messed around with it a bit too much. Like 6 signings, yes, that's fair enough, 6 signings, but you don't have to play them all at once. And it showed tonight how much we just needed to go back to basics. And I'm absolutely buzzing. Before we get into this, I want to give a big shout out to Panenka, the Sheff United way dedicated bar. We're in there all the time, so make sure you get yourself to Panenka. It's practically on Bramall Lane, and we absolutely love it there. And Parrot Peel, of course, the virtual band, which quite a lot of them are Sheffield United fans, so make sure you go and support them too. Before we get into the video, though, after that, I need to give a huge shout out to Oscar. His dad came over to me before the game and said Oscar's not been very well recently. So I just want to give a big shout out to Oscar. Hope you feel better soon, mate. And I hope the Blades put a big smile on your face tonight because they certainly did me. So get well soon, buddy. What a win. What a win. Let's go through the team first and foremost before we get into... Actually, no. Let's get into some comments because we've got loads of people waiting for me to go live tonight, which is great to see. And, we've got loads of comments. So, do you know what? We are Blades. We are, in fact, Blades, Mark. And do you know what? It made me feel proud to be a Blade again. Not that I didn't feel proud to be a Blade, but I just had so much pride in how the players played today. And that you've got to give so much respect to Wilder for what he did tonight, because I think he did actually every single thing he did tonight was absolutely bang on the money. The correct starting 11, first and foremost, bringing on Tyrese Campbell at halftime. He caused them no end of problems. Yes, he missed his big chance, and that could have cost us, but he was fantastic for me. He linked up really well, and he just caused them problems, caused the defense problems. And I just love Tyrese Campbell. I think Tom Cannon put in a shift, and if it wasn't for his shoulder barge into the Middlesbrough player, Gus Harmer wouldn't have got forward for the to thread that ball through for the first goal. So Tom Cannon also put a shift in, and then Ben Brereton and Diaz coming off the bench. You could see Jezrak Sake was struggling a little bit. He didn't have the same impact in the second half as he did in the first. I love Jezrak Sake. Do not get me wrong, because I thought he had a fantastic first half. And whereas Gus has been primarily the creator of practically everything good that's happened for Sheff United for most of this season, Jezrak Sake also takes that burden on. And it's great to see, because you don't want Gus Harmer running himself into the ground week in, week out. You need other players to step up and really, really cause the other team problems. And I'll be honest, he certainly did that in the first half. Like I say, he wilted in the second, wasn't as impactful in the second. But when you've got an absolute icon like Ben Brereton Diaz coming off the bench to go and steal you the win, it's not stealing. But yeah, it felt it the way that he just ran straight through the middle of their their team. But no, fantastic. Absolutely love tonight. That's what it feels like to be. That's why we love this football club, because they come up with just great moments of magic. Noah Snyder from the Red Half Sheffield. I hope you had a great time watching that one. I sent him a message. I've not looked back to see if his message back, but Noah was there. He obviously came to the Pompey game too. He's going to the Luton game. So I hope that's 3 wins for you, Noah. But yeah, certainly this one tonight was a big one. A statement one, and one that we could all enjoy. I put on Twitter, the players were brilliant, the fans were brilliant, and the ref was awful. And we wouldn't want it any other way, would we, really? Because that ref giving away silly bookings, silly fouls, not giving fouls. It felt like every single thing that referee did tonight was wrong. Everything was wrong. And the penalty wasn't much different. We'll get there, though. Let's go through it in chronological order. So firstly, the team, let's go through it. So Michael Cooper, wow, what a fantastic game he had tonight. Harry Clark, certainly better than the Pompey game. Looked more like somebody that we want in our team at the back end of the season. End of the day, he's not played much football this season, so you can understand why Harry Clark isn't quite up to standard. Enel got his goal as well. It's great to see. I feel like that's the first goal we scored from a corner all season. I know we got one from, I think, against Wrexham in the cup, Wrexham. Pretty sure it was Wrexham. Robinson, fantastic again. Obviously gave away the penalty, but it wasn't a penalty for me. They're both dragging. At the end of the day, I get that defenders get away with murder quite a lot of the time by pulling players and dragging them. And you know what? That was not one of them tonight. Like, he had a bit of his shirt, but you can see Robinson saying to the referee, look, he's grabbing my shirt. The referee obviously doesn't see that. I feel like there's one angle. I went down at half time and oh my God, the concourse went up in uproar, absolute uproar, when we were watching that back on the TV on Sky, and we were watching back the penalty that shouldn't be given. I feel like one angle, it looked like Robinson had got his shirt and I couldn't see his hand, the other players. So I'm going to give the ref the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to say that the referee only saw the pull from Robinson and he didn't see the pull from Edmondson, I think it was. Burrows, really good game again, solid game. Peck was wonderful. And he's only picked up a 7.3 rating in this game. I have no idea how, because he was everywhere. And obviously picked up his assist for Ben Brereton Diaz. So what a fantastic game from Sidney Peck. Vinny Souza, the same. He's tracking back. He's getting, the thing that Vinny Souza does the best is tracking back and very slightly nudging the player. It doesn't look like a foul. It's not a foul. And he does it to perfection. It's so good. Gus Harmer, by far and away, man of the match. Gus Harmer, this was probably the best game I've ever seen Gus play. And it reminded me of Iliman Ndiaye, just in the fact that you're watching him and he just looks effortless and it's just a joy to watch. Like, this is why you pay to watch football, to watch players like that. And Gus Harmer, I think he made 400 players tonight. 400 players. What a player. What a player. And it just felt like everything he did was just perfect. And obviously he came off injured. He did a Sky interview afterwards. I've seen something on Twitter that he did a Sky interview with Ben Brereton Diaz, I think. So hopefully that means that he's not actually injured, because you wouldn't have thought they'd have him outside in the cold, getting cold, with an injury, talking to Sky. So all I can think of is that he's okay. So fingers crossed for that. And it was just a little bit tight, and they wanted to, not stretch him too far. Callum O'Hare had another fantastic game. 6.8. I think that really, really doesn't do him justice. I think a lot of what Callum O'Hare did tonight was really good. Really good. Linked up the play fantastically. They all linked up really well. Peck, Raksake, Souza, Harmer, O'Hare, Cannon, Campbell, Brereton Diaz, they all got involved. Everyone that was on the pitch got involved in that link-up play. And it was just, again, a joy to watch. I loved tonight's game. I loved it so much. You can probably tell already how much I loved it, but I loved it so much. And I do realise that I just said I'm going to go through the comments, and then I didn't. So let's go through a few more. A comfortable win, but Borough were off the pace compared to the last game. O'Hare, good until it mattered. Then Pants, Gus should have been off much earlier. Whoa, I didn't expect that. I expected lots and lots of positivity. Play with that effort and desire in the final 14 games, and we are going up. Do you know what? No one even gave us a chance in this game. Like, Borough have not been good recently. Fair enough, we've not been good, but we've been winning games. And I saw so many people saying that we were going to get beaten in this game. So it was nice to see all those people be wrong. That was a magical game to watch. If we can play like that for the rest of the journey, we're going up again. People saying the same thing. I love it. Up the Blades or up the Borough. Don't matter which one, because Borough didn't win, the Blades did. Up the Borough, I'm going to say. What a brilliant performance. Top 4, all won, so need to keep this up. One of the best we have played all season, though. You know what? That's the only downside of tonight, because I looked at the results after. I was absolutely buzzing, and I felt slightly less buzzing when I saw that Burnley won 2-0 against Hull, that came to Bramall Lane and hammered us. Who else won? Sunderland won. I think they all won 2-0, didn't they? Someone beat Luton, and who was the other team? I can't remember. Burnley, Luton. No. Let me just look at it. So I'm right, and I'm not telling you fibs. Sunderland won 2-0. Burnley won 2-0. I don't know why I'm going blank on this. Maybe I'm just thinking that the Blades won 3-1. So second, third, and fourth all won by 2 goals. I think that's what I had in my head, and that's why we're drawing a blank. Obviously, Wednesday won as well, which is don't really matter that much, but yeah, it takes a very, very small shine off the game. But you know what? We were wonderful. We were wonderful. And like I say, we just need to keep playing like this. If we'd have played like this against Pompey, we'd have taken them to the cleaners. If we'd have played like this against Hull, we'd have taken them to the cleaners. Hopefully, now we have got this settled side. Yes, there's going to be a lot of games coming, Ollie Burke, thick and fast. And we're going to need Chowdhury to come in at some point. We're going to need to swap it round so Raksake isn't playing every single minute of every game. Brereton Diaz has to start sometimes. Tom Davies, great to see him back. Tyrese Campbell, he may start the next game. For me, he may start the next game. But that bench, let's just go through that bench. Brereton Diaz, Brewster didn't get a game. Andre Brooks didn't get a game. Still 2 goalkeepers on the bench. I don't feel like that happened. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It's saying here that Adam Davis and Luke Faxon were both on the bench. I don't believe that. Rob Holding on the bench. I think some people wanted Rob Holding to start tonight, but I think Robinson had a great game, and Anel played really well as well, so it's good to see. Finally, I can watch a game. Finally, I can watch a game. No, watch a game fully on subscription. I don't know what that means, Mark, but I'm guessing that means because you're abroad, possibly. We needed that, Nick. TC should have passed it to Brereton Diaz. It's the Prem at stake. Cannon did the same when Raksake was on. Could cost us one day. I think you're right, Peter. I do think you're right. Nick is on his way. Let's give the lads an early like for the stream. Oh, absolutely legend, Chris. Make sure you do give us a like. It obviously helps the video out a lot. Excellent result. Best performance of all the season. Thank you, Walter. David Vintar, welcome to the stream, mate. Always love to see your name. That's the United we all love. Peck, Harmer, and Peck, brilliant. Peck twice. Peck was that good. Peck's pass, sublime. BBD, what a finish. Squad now looking much stronger. Look forward with much more confidence now. Yes, everyone's loving life. O'Hare, what a battery. Makes what a O'Hare, what a battery makes Duracell look rubbish. What a battery makes Duracell look rubbish. There we go. There we go. I'm there. Lads, lads, lads. That was a good performance. You're absolutely right. Shout out for Harry Clark. What a performance after the torrid time he had versus Portsmouth. Too flipping right. Sidney Peck and Ahmed Hodzic were fantastic. While he got a response from his players, what a response. Could have been 4 or 5. Going to bed, chuffed tonight. Yes, mate. So am I. I'm going to be, but obviously, let's have a little talk about the game. There's lots and lots of comments flying in. Thank you very much, guys. I'm going to do my little spiel now. And yeah, we'll talk about the game in detail. Now, first and foremost, obviously, we took the lead on 32 minutes. I'm going to try and get a few of my notes up. I really struggle with writing notes for the game. If you ever see me at the game, I'm writing notes a lot so I can remember the things like this. And it's difficult. It really is difficult. And towards the end of the game, I just forget and I just crack on because I'm just enjoying watching the game. But I do believe in the first couple of minutes, Borough came out of the blocks a lot quicker. We were on the back foot a little bit, and then we just took control of the game, dominated it. I would say dominated it from that moment for the rest of the game. Like they had a couple of minutes where they had the ball a little bit longer than us. Just have a look at the stats. Ball possession 51 to 49. I don't get it. I always feel like we've had way more of the ball. I thought we by far dominated the game tonight. Their expected goals 1.25. I was 2.42. So that's good. That's good because their expected goals is more than 1, and we only conceded 1. And obviously we scored more than our XG, which is good to see. It really is. 18 goal attempts, 9 on target for us. That's a lot more than it has been recently, from my recollection. It's good to see. It really is. It feels like a bet. And let's ignore the stats. Like the eye test tells us that we were so much better in this game. And I enjoyed watching us in this game. It's not happened too much this season. We've done a lot of winning games and winning them ugly and not really creating too many chances. So it was nice to see it all come together tonight. And if it wasn't for that silly penalty that wasn't a penalty, we'd have kept a clean sheet and we could have even won this game 3 or 4-0. Or we could have won it 1-0 and just seen it out as we have done previously. I feel like sometimes you need a poor ref or a bad decision from a ref or a bad tackle or someone not getting sent off just to get the crowd going. And it certainly all happened tonight because the ref was rubbish. It wasn't a penalty. I'm pretty sure that their player swung out for Vinny and for Robinson right in front of the ref's face and nothing got done about it. I think it was Aziz went through Sidney Peck's back and absolutely flattened him for absolutely no reason. Like the referee got took for a ride by Borough players tonight. And looking at the bookings, 2 for each. Sorry, no, 3 for them. Ayling got one in the second half. But yeah, I'm not someone that likes to see bookings, but certainly some of their players deserved a lot more than what they got tonight. It was shocking for performance by the referee. But like I say, it just sometimes needs that to get everyone going. Gus Harmer in the 12th minute, an absolute beauty of a strike. He megs Luke Ayling for the 64th time in this game and just curls it just wide of the post. It's a beautiful strike. Sometimes Gus likes to go for the shot rather than the quick 1-2, but he played a lot of quick 1-2s tonight and they all came off really, really well. So it probably deserved a little bit of a strike. Let's go into the first goal. 32nd minute. It's Gus again, isn't it? I'm trying to remember what the goal was like now, and I've not helped myself with my notes. I do remember now. So Tom Cannon, I'm dedicating this goal to Tom Cannon and to Gus Harmer because the ball comes to the Borough player. I can't remember which one it was, but Cannon smells, not danger, smells blood. And the Borough player does not know that Cannon's there, and he just gets his body across, just pushes him out of the way. I think the Borough player gets a toe end on it, and it looks like it's going out of play. Gus Harmer does not give this up. He absolutely legs it after it, keeps it in, and then legs it up the field. Now, Gus Harmer looks small. He looks a little bit rotund, to say the least. Don't know how. He's so deceptively quick. Gus Harmer is so quick. And there's no way that Luke Ayling is stopping him. He's in front of him. He gets the ball. Players are making their runs. Cannon's making a run. O'Hare's making a run. Raksaki's making a run. And he finds the perfect man with the perfect ball, a lovely through ball to Callum O'Hare. We think Callum O'Hare's messed this one up because I don't think he realizes that Giles is just behind him, or Giles makes some good ground up on O'Hare here. O'Hare probably should have got it out of his feet early and had a shot. It didn't end up mattering because we ended up scoring. But Giles gets back in there. There's a little bit of a mix up between the goalkeeper and Giles, the left back, and it lands to Jezza Raksake, who finishes it with a plum. Great to see Jez getting another goal. That's his second in 2 games. And he's probably not far off top goal scorer this season, Raksaki, because I know he scored a couple of goals in one game earlier in the season. So he's probably on maybe 5 or 6 for the season, possibly. It's good to add to his tally. The Blades were cruising, absolutely cruising. We played some really, really good football in that first half. And then it comes 42nd minute. There's a corner that comes in. There's a bit of jostling. To be perfectly honest, from where I was sat, you sit on the south stand, you don't stand on the south stand. From where I was sat, it looked like it could have been a penalty. And obviously, I'm sat in row double F, so I'm not close to the pitch. I'm not close to the action. It just looks like he's got his shirt and he's gone down. And as soon as I saw the ref looking over, I'm like, he's going to give something here. He's going to give something. And unfortunately, it's obviously given as a penalty. It's not a penalty. It's not a penalty in a million years, referee. And I am absolutely positive that he's going to go back tonight, watch that back and think, yeah, I was wrong. And that doesn't happen a lot, where a referee has given something that he thinks is obviously blatant, because those aren't given as penalties that much. And he gave it tonight and he was wrong. So that's got to knock the referee's confidence, but probably deserves it after that torrid performance tonight. Like I say, then Edmondson throws hands at Vinny Souza and Robinson, gets away with everything. Robinson gets booked and so does Edmondson. So who knows? Who knows how that's happened? Then Michael Cooper gets booked in the melee for trying to, just waste as much time as possible. He's off his line. He's all over the place. He's just trying to put pressure on Bergzorg. There we go. We'll go with Bergzorg. Let's be honest. It's a fantastic penalty. He sends Michael Cooper the other way. And it's a fantastic penalty. Fair enough. We go into half time a little bit gutted. But what I loved about the fans were clapping the players off massively and just giving them the praise that they deserve, because it would have been so easy for the fans to just be really negative and be really gutted and not clap the players off. Obviously, we booed the referee off, but not clap the players off at half time. But the players were brilliant in the first half. Really, really good. I'm not saying that we played the best team in the world tonight, but and they were a bit dodgy at the back, but we were great. And they're a tough team to play. They came to Bramall Lane 2 seasons ago when we got promoted and absolutely played us off the park. Like, I'm not saying that this is the same team. It's clearly not. It's the same manager, but certainly not the same team. It's just nice to get one up on them. It really is, because they are a good team, really good fans. Probably deserve to be in the Premier League at some point in the next few years. Carrick is a good manager, and he's not seeming to get the best out of these players at the moment. But we go into half time and we're a little bit gutted. We should be at least 1-0 up, if not 2-0 up. Feel a bit, it shouldn't have happened. It shouldn't have been 1-1 at half time. But we come out for the second half. Tom Cannon off, Tyrese Campbell on, and this is a statement of intent. Like, we are not settling. We're not leaving our £10 million man on. Like, if Wilder's thinking Tyrese Campbell's going to change this game, and change this game he does for me, lots of people will not realize how much work Tyrese Campbell put in that second half. But he was just bullying them constantly, just pushing him about, shoving him about. Cannon's not that sort of player. And I'll be honest, I didn't think Tyrese Campbell was really that sort of player. I think Wilder just said, just get on him and just cause him utter problems. And he did. He caused them problems every which way possible. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Tyrese Campbell is such a great signing for us. How did this happen? How did we get this man for free? For nothing. And the fact that Stoke fans weren't even that bothered that he were leaving, that is just criminal. And it also seemed like Stoke fans, the managers of Stoke, the manager of Tyrese Campbell was sticking him out wide. I do not see Tyrese Campbell as a wide man. He is a striker. He's a striker all day long, and a very good striker at that. The Blades are on top again in the second half. Much better side. We looked a little bit dishevelled after, feeling like we probably deserved to be in the lead. Didn't create quite as much. And Raksake, he certainly was slowing down. He wasn't moving as quickly as he was before. Clearly, he's not played too much football. He's been out for quite a while, actually, a lot longer than I thought he had. But he had a really, really good game today. Ben Brereton Diaz comes on. And obviously, the rest is history. He scores literally 8 minutes after that. And let's talk about it, because Sidney Peck gets the ball in the midfield. Brereton Diaz makes a great run. It's poor defending because they allow him such a big gap to run into and run through. But Sidney Peck finds the absolute perfect ball. I think at some points we're thinking that Brereton Diaz has maybe pushed this a little bit too far. Not too far, but a little bit too far. But sometimes pushing it a little bit too far makes the keeper come out. And what happens? You can dink it over him, just like Brereton Diaz did. What a finish. What a ball. 2-1. Brereton Diaz runs to the cop and he's on the boards, giving it all this. And that's what I love to see. I'm still not sure about, Brereton Diaz, because, like, where is it? Lost my David McGoldrick. There we go. That was a lot of effort for not a lot there, was it really? No, I still want that to be David McGoldrick, but it's not the end of the world. It's fine. 75th minute, Brereton Diaz put the Blades 2-1 up. Then Gus went down injured. Very, very disappointing. Really disappointing, because we don't want Gus to be suffering with anything. We want him to be fit, fighting fit constantly, because he is going to be the difference maker with us going up or not going up, in my opinion. I'm trying to remember when the one-on-one was, but it doesn't matter. Let's talk about it now. I think it was definitely after the second goal, because I was a little bit worried, thinking that was our chance. The ball was played forward, and I don't know what happens here between the two Borough defenders, because they're just getting each other's way, and then the ball kind of goes straight through for Campbell. It looks like Campbell's going through at first, and then he kind of stumbles and falls, and then two Borough players come back, and all they need to do is just get the foot through it. They both kind of try and play it, and then I think they kind of leave it to each other. It's a really weird melee of things happening. And then the ball just lands perfectly through for Tyrese Campbell to go through one-on-one. And, oh, my God, I am screaming so loudly to square this to Ben Brereton Diaz. Just square it. Just square it. Really, I think Big Ben thinks that I think he thinks that he knows that he's there. I don't know if he does. Like, at the end of the day, Tyrese Campbell's a striker. Strikers like to take chances. Like, they're not passing. They don't like passing. But I think if Tyrese knew where Diaz was, he would have squared this ball. I honestly, I want to think that he doesn't know that he's there, because that needed to be squared, because that's 3-1 and that's game over. But he doesn't. He doesn't really get it under control at all. It's like under his feet constantly, and he eventually gets it out of his feet. And the keeper's, closed him down quite quickly. And it's a good save by the keeper. It's a really, really good stop. But Diaz is like, "What are you doing? Like, pass it across the box to me." I just hope that he didn't know that it was there. Anyway, it doesn't matter because in the 87th minute, I wouldn't say we had his backs to the walls, which is nice to see because it feels like we've always got our backs to the walls this season when we're winning in games, especially when it's just the one. And in the 87th minute, the ball comes into the box, and just before this ball came in, I screamed, do not let the goalkeeper catch this, because our corners all day long were just really poor. Like, they just went straight into the goalkeeper's hands every single time. And then this one, I was like, I shouted, as long as it doesn't end up in the keeper's hands. And it was right under his bonds. And he jumps up for it. And El just kind of jumps higher than him, wins it. He's nowhere near the ball. Like, don't get me wrong, some referees, I'm positive, would have given that as a foul just because that's how stupid the rule is and what referees think that the goalkeeper should be protected at all costs. That was never a foul in a million years. So it's good to see that the referee, however shocking a game he had, he didn't give that one. That was nice. One other one that I've just remembered was, I don't think we'll see it back much because obviously we won this game 3-1 and it didn't matter in the end. But I think at 1-1, Callum O'Hare turns and he gets knocked to the ground. Now, yes, he's looking for it. Yes, I'm not saying he's trying to con the ref, but he's certainly saying, look, you gave them a really dicey penalty. Why not give us one? And it looks like a foul from where I was sat, but it was the other end of the other side of the pitch. So it might not have been. Like I say, I don't think we'll see it back. I've watched the Sky Sports highlights just to kind of remember these goals so that I can talk about them. And it wasn't on there, so I don't think we'll see it again. So let us know what you guys thought. If anyone sat on the family stand, what you thought to that, because I think a lot of people just forget about it. But it would have been nice for the referee to equal it up with penalties, because probably was more of a penalty in my eyes. And we'll kind of leave it at that. So Tom Davies, good to see him come on. Hamza Chowdhury only getting a few minutes. Yeah, I think that's about fair. Lots of our Bangladeshi new subscribers won't be very happy about Chowdhury only getting a few minutes, but I'm sure he'll have a big say in the running. We will pick up injuries at some point. We will need to rotate this squad. I don't know who's going to play in the next game because it's looking like Kiefer Moore's going to be back. Kiefer Moore certainly offers something that the rest of the strikers don't. He's the only player that we've got that can hold the ball up like he does. And he's a big lad. He's a very, very big lad. So he will be on the bench on Saturday, Wilder says. And then we've obviously got Femi Sariki coming back. And Femi Sariki, before he got injured, was a match winner with those runs down the right-hand side. So who comes out? We've got such a strong squad now. It feels to me like it's only Arblaster, Shackleton that we're missing. I'm not sure if I'm missing any more. Sometimes on Flashscore it shows you who's out currently. Sachdev and Kiefer Moore. So Kiefer Moore will be back on Saturday. It's a very strong squad. It's a very, very strong squad, and it's very exciting. Wilder got a response from his players, and what a response. Could have been 4 or 5 going to bed chuffed. I think I've already gone through that. We'll go a bit further down. At last, a very good performance. Could easily have been 4-0. Definitely dodgy penalty decision. This should be great for confidence. Really good to see you looking so happy, Nick. Fantastic. Oh, thank you, John. Thank you, John. I really appreciate that. Do you know what? I had a lot of really nice people come up to me tonight. A lot of people shaking my hand saying thanks for content and stuff like that. We don't do it for that, but it's really nice to see when long day at work and then going to the match and a bit apprehensive because obviously Blades haven't been playing too well, and just some really, really nice people tonight. Just having a chat with me. Right, good win, my mate. Yes, mate. The ref needs studying. Saw the shirt pulling, but not the two slaps. Yeah, too right. What a strong performance. About bloody time, says Positive Jack. Keep that positivity. Never a penalty, Joe says. Also, I saw Bemba and Diaz should start most games either up front or on the wing. I think it's tough, really, isn't it? Because you've got to play Gus. I think you've got to play Callum O'Hare, especially after tonight. And Raksake was brilliant as well. So I love BBD, and I will continue to love BBD, and he definitely deserves to play games of football, whether that be from the start or coming on as a sub, because he's effectively won us this game tonight by scoring that second goal, because that was the decider. So I love him. I love him starting the game. I love him coming off the bench. Breath of fresh air. Well done, says Anthony. Quality performance, but their keeper poor and no pen. Yeah, he probably was quite poor. You're probably right, Michael. He was quite poor. Is that Panenka behind where the sportsman was? It's like a miniature Chinatown. I don't think it's. Well, it's sort of behind. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's in that sort of square. There's Selena, then Laike and Panenka, all in the same sort of area. All really good bars. I really enjoy going to all of them, in all honesty. O'Hare's energy was fantastic. Peck cemented himself as a first choice starter. Yeah, Peck has really made a name for himself in the last couple of games. I don't think he's coming out of the team. And that's great for his confidence too. Best performance for a while. That picks the right players for the right positions. O'Hare, Harmer are quality together. Peck was brilliant. Looking forward to preseason over here in California. Jezrak Saka is one half player. It is a one half player. Sorry, you wrote that right. I said that wrong. Always drops off massively after half time in most games I've seen. Maybe you're right. I was just thinking it was because he's obviously been injured and he's not as match fit as what he has been. But it doesn't really matter, does it? If he's going to give us a half of tormenting the other side, turning them in and out, and then we bring someone on like Barrett and Diaz just to finish him off, it's great to see. And the fact that he's a one-half player and he's still scored so many goals is fantastic. O'Hare's energy was fantastic. Has Peck cemented himself as first? I'm sure I've just read that. That was a statement Win United needed. Have you just read my title? I'm pretty sure that's what I put as my title. I need Luke to write all my titles. That was such a big win. Come on, you Blades. Too right, Luke. Peck is a Blade through and through. He might as well be. He might as well be, because it certainly feels like it. He's tapping the badge. He's going to be speaking in a Sheffield accent soon, I'm sure of it. He's just loving life in Sheffield right now. BBD ran after that through ball like I chase after ice cream truck as it's about to pull away. It's a great shout, because the thing was, though, what else you've got to give him credit for? He had so much time to think, and that's what happens. When strikers go through and they've got too much time to think, sometimes that ends badly. Quite often that ends badly. But he had loads of time to think, and he just knew exactly what he wanted to do with it, didn't he? Far better tonight. I think that's Vic. I think that's Pompey. Nice to hear you tonight, Pompey, or see your comment anyway. David Vintar, hope Harmer is okay. Having to go off, he is the glue that makes this side tick. I don't think he's the glue, David. I think he is the man. He is the guy. He is the MVP, as our lovely American people say. He is the man. Everything goes through him, doesn't it, really? Yeah, I love him. Played well. Good to see the established players back. New signings will filter in over time. Not one player had a bad game other than Robbo getting in a tangle. We had 3 ball carriers on the pitch. Jezrek Sak, yeah, and that's what you need. I love to see ball carriers, and in certain games we just haven't had them. Enjoyed that. What a performance! A drastic change from Pompey match. Harmer, unreal. Jezrak Sake, best performance in a long time, and BBD, we can all admire a cheeky chip. Wow. Compared to the Portsmouth game, where it was so hard to pick a player that stood out, this was complete opposite. Can't think of a single weak performance tonight. Agreed. I was saying this to my mate as I was leaving. They all played really, really. You couldn't pick anyone that had less than a 6 out of 10 tonight or a 7 out of 10 tonight. I think they were all really, really good. Hello from Oregon, Nick. Great watch today. Peck was fantastic. He's turning into a great player. Portland, Oregon Blade, always great to see you in the comments, buddy. Best performance of the season. Need to keep the standards high now. Baz Lord, you are absolutely bang on. It needs to be like this every single game. You can have an odd 1 or 2 games where you don't quite play as well. We need to make sure we win those games still. But it'd be so good to see us. Who have we got next? Got Luton away. If we can go to Luton, I think the second bottom's still Luton. That is crazy. Could do the double-double. Not the double-double, just the double. Going down, then going down again. But yeah, it'd be good to go to Luton. That'd be another statement win as well, I think. Obviously, Luton not doing too well, but it's never going to be easy just to go to the Kenny and just turn Luton over. I know we did it last season. It's certainly a different proposition this season. But no, it's still going to be a tough game. They're all going to be tough games this season, especially in the back end of this season. Peck the Cockney Pele Blade. What a ball for the assist for the second goal. It really was. That's going to be played for years. If that was Ollie Norwood, we would be talking about it for years. So we need to keep mentioning Peck's pass. Peck's pass. Peck's pass. Gus is deceptively fast. That's what I said earlier on. You're absolutely right. Nick, your comparison with Ndai is correct. My light has just gone a little bit. We'll just move that a little bit over there. It'll do. Your comparison with Ndai is correct. We have more effect with him and Callum O'Hare on like we did with Illiman and Morgan Gibbs-White a few seasons ago. Yeah, I just that's why you watch football, don't you? Gus skinned 400 players, 62 ball boys, 17 stewards, and Michael Carrick. Oh, that's my favourite comment of the night. It really is. Thanks for that, Chris. You've really given me a chuckle. A tight hamstring, supposedly. That's fine. As long as it's just a little tight, we don't want it to be anything more than that. Great performance today from Ola. I think we can go to Kenilworth. The reason why I say Kennet is because Kenilworth Road, I find that hard to say for some reason, and beat Luton quite comfortably on Saturday. And what a pass from Peck. Let's just keep talking about it. It was so good. Watch us play like Bob against Luton. I can see that as well. I can see that. But no, it almost feels like tonight, Wilder got it perfectly, and he's like, this is my team now. And standards can't drop. They shouldn't drop now, in my opinion. I think the players that are on the bench should know now we're now bench players. We're players that come off the bench, and we've got to do whatever we possibly can to get into this team, because this is the team that should be playing week in, week out. Obviously, you can swap Ben Barrett and Diaz with Raksake, Tom Davies possibly with Sidney Peck, Tyrese Campbell with Cannon. Other than that, and I'm not saying swap, I'm just saying rotate or possibly bring on and off. But this is our set team now. This is, if we played with this team every single week for the rest of the season, I am now confident. I really am. Gus is okay, just tight. Quad managed to get through the second half. Me Peck super. Nice. Brilliant game. Why can't we play like that all the time? It was a squeaky bum time watching it, but 3 points. Thank you, Andrew. Callum O'Hare would rate higher if he shot first time rather than always taking an extra touch. Great otherwise too. Right, John? Completely agree. O'Hare was man of the match for me, but loads. Yeah, Carl. I'm not saying that he's not. I'm certainly not saying that he's not. There's a lot of candidates, but I would go Gus. I just think Gus, that was his best game in a Blade shirt. He was just sublime. If we play like that, we can stay up when promoted. Let's not think about that too much just yet because I'm still a little bit hurting. I'm still licking my wounds from last season. Let's just concentrate on this season for now. Final run in, we have 11 games against teams below 7th. That's exciting. That's exciting. I'd like to see us beat one team or, because this season I feel like the only team that we've beaten that's in the top 4 is Sunderland, isn't it? And we've also lost against Sunderland, lost against Burnley, and lost against Leeds. So the fact that we are second in the league is wonderful. Campbell looking sharp. Too right, John. Completely agree. Best we've been. Harmer, Peck, Sousa were class. Sousa's going under the radar here because Sousa was fantastic as well, wasn't he? Thank you, Andy, for that. Chris Revel up the blades. Much better tonight. Hope everyone is well. Thank you, Chris. It's great to have you in the comments. Ben needed that performance tonight to show intent. Come on, Blades. Ben Lafferty, Blackburn won 2. Of course they did. Bugger off, Blackburn. Everyone stopped winning. Saying that, we are second, so we just need to keep winning, don't we? Rest Harmer versus Luton. No need to risk with the Leeds game coming up. Maybe. It's only a few days away. I think we might see a couple of changes. I think Brereton Diaz will play over Aksake. I think, depending on injuries and stuff, I think Campbell will play instead of Cannon. Or they might do what they did again tonight and play Cannon first half and Tyree second half. We might see McCallum coming in at left back as well. I don't want to see us change too much, but there's a lot of games in a short space of time. Leeds versus Sunderland next, though, we can be top by the time that happens. If we can then forge at least a draw versus Leeds, we have the upper hand and all to play for. Do you know what? I'm not really that bothered if we win the division. I just want promotion. And I think if we can kind of hold on to the coattails of Leeds for as long as possible, we're going to generate a gap at some point. I'm sure we are. Wednesday having their best season in a decade and they're still 22 points behind us. Enough said. Get that needs to be a tweet. I'll need to remember that and tweet that later on. I'll give you credit, Chris. Peck has to stay in the side. Too flipping right. Most squad depth I can ever remember us having, and I'm 35. I'm 37. And those 2 years that I've got on you, I completely agree. I don't think I've never seen a bench like that. Never. Even in Premier League seasons, I've never seen a stronger bench as that. It's just a pity that there's 3 other teams playing just as well as us. But we're still 3 points in front of Burnley. I think 5 in front of Sunderland, if I'm right. So that's a nice little gap, that. That just means that Sunderland and Burnley can't mess up too much more. But another clean sheet for Burnley. Crazy. Yeah, people saying it's Tom Davis, not Adam Davis. On Flash Score, they're both on there. Tom Davis and Adam Davis, both of them. So that's what it is. I don't know what I'm going to say then. That was not a penalty. It's going to be a hard run to the end of the season. Surely Leeds will trip up, I hope. I can't see Leeds tripping up, in all honesty. Justin Rise, nice to have you on the in the comments. Performance and result lined up. Great night. Well done, Blades. Never been a penalty. Poor decision, but disappointed. Imbura offered nothing. Great game tonight. Spotlight actor Wayne. We're going to have to look at your channel after this. Check out your acting. O'Hare worked so hard. Daniel, I agree. Tom Davis, not Adam. I'm telling you, it says them both. Have a look on Flash Score on the internet or on the app. It says Adam Davis, goalkeeper, and then Tom Davis underneath him. But I'm guessing that Adam Davis was not on the team sheet and they've just messed it up. Greetings from Romania. I'm the biggest Sheff United fan. We will top the league. Thank you, Robert. Great to have you on the channel. I don't think I've ever seen you in the comments, so thank you very much for commenting. It's nice to see you. Simon, who's appeared on the channel many times with Noah for the watch-alongs. Great performance all round today. Feeling so much better than the weekend. Absolutely. I completely agree. This guy's a joke. Go to the pub, go to the game, stay away from anything like this. Is laughable. Whatever notes you're writing without a W, must be like a colouring book, maybe dot to dot. Go to the pub, go to the game. I don't understand any of that, Danny. I know you're out trying to have a go at me, but yeah, writing. You try to have a go at me, but that's a terrible attempt at typing, writing. Edmondson was a very lucky man. Stay on the pitch. Here we go. Yeah, everyone getting involved. Fair enough. Fair enough. That's exactly what I just said. Thank you, Steve, for that. Typical pig can't spell. Not having that nonsense. He pays a lot of money to go to these games, and he's always impartial. And he spends a lot of. Oh, I love you, Chris. Chris, you are the man. You really are. And at least you spelt writing with a W. Good guy. We played better today. Midfield was stronger, and we made a statement signing against a statement win. I think you mean against the team we are fighting for in the top 6. Yeah, great to see you again, Chris, tonight as well. Luke Ayling is a chump. Discuss. Stop whining about the pen, please. Ref warned both of them in the 26th minute. Robbo grabbed the shirt first in the 42nd. Don't do stupid things. I agree. Yeah, I don't think it was a penalty, but still, you don't need to hold someone's shirt. It might be an unpopular opinion, but I've always rated Ayling. I don't mind Ayling, to be perfectly honest. Peck will be the team's MVP by the season's end. Harmer in the middle is unplayable. Gus Harmer reminds me of Kyle Walker. I'm guessing because I said he was fast. Small, stocky, but quick. The people just having a chat now. Right, I'm going to fly through. Paul Young, great to see you on the channel. Ref was okay. If we went up, I wouldn't mind the Emperor. Okay, I don't know what's going on. I think everyone's had a little bit too much to drink. We'll not get Jesrat Saki, but Ben Burton Diaz, yes, all day long. The option is there at least. Exactly. There's absolutely no way that Southampton want him back either. Cannon also picked up an ankle injury, which is why I substituted, apparently. Thanks for that, Chris. The ref is hopeless. Yeah. I'm just going to fire through some last few. Sheff United signed too many players to unsettle the squad. I think that could have happened, but the fact that Wilder's noticed that and he's like, let's revert back to it. I think, you know, we've done the right thing. Desmond Ratsake, I read, is on 5 goals. O'Hare is not mentioned much, but I think he is a workhorse. 6 wins in 7. Is the late Kevin Campbell Tyrese Campbell's father? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. 19 points clear of 5th place. That is mental, Paul. How mental is that? Wow. And I've done 53 minutes, right? It's just because we've got so many comments, right? I'll skip through the last few. Watch the game on monitor, and Callum O'Hare's incident was not more of a foul than Robinson's grabbing of the shirt. Thank you very much, Simon. Thank you. I'll pay you later on. Who's won the most games this season in the Championship? Did he? Oh, right, okay. There's so many comments. I'm really sorry that I can't get through all of them, but we are nearly up to an hour. Nasty Clark carrying the ball forward, much better than Saturday. I agree. Nathan Stearns, Blade in the US, got off work just in time to watch from the 70th minute. Couldn't have timed it better. I'm glad you enjoyed that, Nathan. Yeah, it was really good to see, wasn't it? It was a great end to the game. Luton are bottom. Oh, my word. That is crazy. Top performance from the Blades. Just signed up, Nick. Should have done before. Thank you for all your efforts. Out to Blades. Out Sheff United way. Thank you so much, Ben. Really appreciate it. You are a great guy, and I love you very dearly. Leeds may bottle it. They have a loss draw spell, and we have an easier game running. Possibly. Luton are bottom. When did Blades play at Turf Moor? I'm not sure. It's not for a while, I don't think. Cannon is a bad signing. Fair enough. That's what you think. Click the likes. Click the likes, people. Yes, please click the likes, people. I love the way we bottled Leeds last season with Leicester. Hopefully, Blades and Sunderland will do it this season. If anyone, I'd either like to see us and Leeds go up together, with it being two Yorkshire clubs, and have a Yorkshire derby in the Premier League, or us and Sunderland, because I've got a soft spot for Sunderland. I don't like to say it too much because obviously we're going up against them for promotion. I've got a bit of a soft spot for Sunderland. Anyway, let's leave it there. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I need to finish this before an hour. I cannot do an hour. That is too long. People should not be watching YouTube videos for an hour. It's too long. We try to keep them for a lot less. But sometimes, like tonight, we've had so many comments and so many people watching the video. It's fantastic to see. Thank you so much for everyone joining me tonight. I am buzzing. I'm sure you guys are buzzing as well. I'm sure you've really enjoyed me talking about this game, people talking about it in the comments. It's been a fun one. Get onto Twitter right now. Go on Sheffield United's Twitter page, and I'm sure there'll be loads of videos on there of the players celebrating and stuff like that, because I love watching all that stuff after the game. It's really fun to watch. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Thank you, Chris, for giving me some very, very funny comments tonight. I've really enjoyed those. And yeah, I'll catch up with you very, very soon. Make sure you like the video. And yeah, what a game. Up the Blades.
He leads us all the way, playing proper football, the Sheff United way. Ale, ale, ale.